Hey everyone! Welcome to the new season of Lower Decks, our first reaction stream. Where actually, I discovered the more episodes we talk about, the less chaotic they are because there's more to talk about. So maybe having 2 episodes will actually stay a little bit more on topic. How is everyone doing tonight?
Everyone.
Yeah,
I'm doing great.
yeah.
How
Well,
are
in
you,
the chat
Marcelo?
too.
Oh yes,
I'm
yes, yes. So sorry,
yeah,
so sorry.
no, I am fantastic. I am so happy right now. It should be illegal how happy I am.
Yeah.
I've never. The people in the video call want to introduce themselves. You can
Mm.
introduce yourself in the chat too. I'm
Stan, you
not
want to go
gatekeeping
first?
that.
Sure. I'm Stanley, based in LA. I am an artist, an improviser, a writer, a nonprofit spreadsheet whore, and a podcaster, co-host of The Salon, which will be going live in an hour and a half following this. And that's me.
And and I am Marcel Nashoza. I'm a writer, a director, and a podcaster.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rachel. I'm usually here, so I feel like you probably know who I am. Um, so yeah, let's start talking about like what were your first impressions of the episodes Dos Cerritos and Shades of Green.
I hate Paramount. Because how are you going to cancel this show? How?
That's that's fair.
How?
I
How
totally get that.
insane. I will say I can understand like maybe it's just a numbers game, but the quality is still top notch. It looks
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. These are great stories. Both episodes were hilarious. Great character development in both of them. Really fun things happening in both the A and B stories. The gags are great. Like the green hand now in the titles
Was I
and
had
the
to rewatch it to
shadow on
figure.
the thing.
I had
It's
to
so good.
pause it to
So
figure out
good.
what was new, and then I was like, "Oh, the hand!"
Yeah.
like,
It was great. I I love it. I wish the show could go on forever. I can see like it can be a little inside baseball, but I have friends who are not Trek fans, have not seen Next Generation, and they love Lower Decks. There's a
same.
layer of it that they don't get for us super fans and nerds, but
I was like, I have
big
plenty of
mistake.
friends who like this is their favorite Star Trek, and occasionally they'll text me and be like, "Hey, what did that joke mean?" And that's like the knowledge that's just like that's not the obsessed with Star Trek person if they understand what they're talking
Yes.
about
And you're telling
Yeah,
me you
I
can't just give us 10 episodes of this a year for Infinity? Come
for
on.
Infinity. Like that's
Come on.
all I want.
yeah, I am. I'm so happy that Stan said the quality of the show and the way it looks because I turned on Paramount Plus and I'm like, what the hell? It looks so beautiful. Like
Mm-hmm.
the progression of the animation from season to season is so great. One thing that I forgot and that I'm really happy with, like in the earlier seasons of Lower Decks, I was really concerned that Mike McMahon and his writing team was going to and Mike McMahon and his writing team was going to keep Mariner and the crew at the same level. They were going to stay the same. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy that these characters have grown throughout the seasons. It's going to be really sad to see them go because I think, oh, well, I don't think I know, this is my favorite Kurtzman era show. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not in question for me anymore.
And I agree. These episodes were both amazing. I've watched today. I watched both of them twice.
Hmm.
Like and I like was just noticing stuff and I was going to mention this but this race looked so good. Like at one point I just
Race?
yeah.
The space race?
Yes, the space race.
I'm being punchy, sorry.
I that's fair. I no, I just one point I just stopped like I was just staring and I was like, why does that look amazing? This is the
Yeah.
this is my silly Star Trek.
Yeah,
Like
and if you notice in the opening titles they used the title graphic from the later seasons, which was wonderful. They,
Mhm.
they they only did it for the title, but I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Um, yeah,
I agree and I think this story I like and I feel like in most sitcoms, there's like I'm invested in one story or the other that's happening at the time, and like for both of them, I was like I'm invested in what's going on in Cerritos, and I'm invested in what's going on with Tendi, and like neither story am I like, oh, I just want to get back to the other one. Both of them I'm enjoying thoroughly.
Yeah, and it didn't even feel like an A and a B. It felt like an A and a 1. Like
Yeah,
both
and
stories
like
were equally important and interesting to me.
same, and especially the first one. I assume they did this on purpose, but they were parallels of each other because it's
Mm,
like two different types of Orions that are slightly different fighting each other, and then the two parallel Cerritoses
mm,
and whatever the hell they were doing together.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, the most impressive thing to me in these two episodes is the growth of Beckett Mariner. I'm like,
Hmm.
she is no longer she's still an insubordinate little, you know what, but she's so charming. Like, I like, I want to get angry at Beckett, but I just don't. I can't. She's so charming.
Yeah. I felt
Yeah,
like in season 4, it at first in a few episodes it felt like she was backsliding, but then the whole arc once you watch it all together is like, oh, I see where they're going.
yeah,
Really good. And then here it's very similar. She's still the same Beckett that we know, but like there's growth that's happening here. Like she's starting to want to
yeah.
develop and get in command again, but do it her own way.
And I think and the first episode showed like, oh, this is why you want her this way.
Mhm.
Like I guess what was everyone's favorite slightly different Cerritos person?
Oh man.
I really liked Boimler number one with the
Mm.
with the pink beard. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's just awesome and funny and
Oh, so
ridiculous.
you
I
think
love it.
that's the Prime Universe? Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
He's Boimler number 1, not our Boimler that we've already known.
You
How
know what I mean, Stan.
dare you?
You
Yeah.
know what I mean. Don't
I
play me like that.
what's funny is I maybe it will when he was the way well obviously our Boimler stole that thing off of him, but his like thing is like no one deserves to get switched. I was like, have you been switched? Is that what that was about?
Yes.
So I'm
Yeah, it's
like sus of
possible.
that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
I loved Captain Becky's I forget the exact line, but like we can argue about who is the prime and who is the freaky slightly different later.
Yeah.
Like it yeah, like this is what this show is about. It's poking loving fun at
Mm-hmm.
the franchise. But I think there was a lot of fun with the background too, like
Yeah.
both to Anna's like sniffing and then like spatting at each other was really fun. But I think probably my favorite was probably to Lynn's.
Just
The
irreversible
remarkable versus
fascinating.
fascinating.
Yeah.
It was so funny, and like
I
the
was
deadpan that
good.
Gabrielle Ruiz delivers it with is
I
just chef's kiss.
I like the version of Boimler that is king but is still allowed to be the engineer on the Cerritos. I want to know what that arrangement
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
Like, it's just in his Ren Fair garb.
Mm. And their uniforms were just a slightly deeper color.
Yeah.
It was
So
great, a great
uh,
visual
I,
gag.
someone pointed out, I was like, yeah, it's like when those people would show up on TNG and for some reason their uniform would be slightly the wrong color. And they'd be next to each other to be like, why do they look different?
Yeah, I mean, for me, these two episodes just solidified for me the reasons why I'm going to miss the show because I keep thinking to myself, this is going to end, and from my understanding, Mike McMahon and his team weren't told. So, like, how is it going to end? Is it going to
I
end
think
on
that
like a
is my
cliffhanger?
understanding as well.
Okay, so is it going to
Yeah.
end on like a cliffhanger, or how is it going to
I don't
end?
know. That's that I do not know, but I hope not, or I hope
That
we get a movie or something, or
that
like
would
I
kind
want
of be the
more.
Right,
ultimate gag, though, if they do go out like Alf.
right, yeah.
I
No Alf heads in the audience. Okay.
I I've seen Alf. I don't know how it ends.
They thought they were getting picked up for another season, and it ends with him getting picked up by the FBI. And the entire show, they have said if he gets captured, he's going to be dissected. Like they are
Oh
certain
wow.
that he's going to be dissected. So
Okay.
it ends with them thinking like, oh shit, he's going to be dissected. We have to go save him, and then no new season.
Right.
It's a very Sam Beckett never returns home kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Oh god, that still guts me to this day.
Yeah.
That just black screen lettering. Oh,
Hmm.
oh, Dr.
What do you? I
Beckett.
mean, this is not Star Trek, but since you just mentioned you love or you like Quantum Leap, Stan, what do you think of the new? What do you think of the new Quantum Leap?
I haven't seen it. And I know I need to. I've heard
What's
it's
her
good,
reason?
and I've heard
You
it's a real
should.
Did it get
bummer that it
canceled?
didn't get. I heard that it got canceled, and it was a real bummer for a lot of people because
Oh,
it was
oh wow!
picking.
I didn't. I didn't hear that. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. It just hasn't entered my rotation yet.
I like
Uh,
father that Alf and Sam Beckett are both at Area 51, which works.
yes, I will say, like, this being the final season, my hope is if like, just shout out to everybody in the audience, you all, us, our families, anybody who has a Paramount Plus account, watch this show. And when Section 31 comes out, even if it's not your bag, for all of the criers on the
Yeah.
internet, watch it, because the best way for us to get more Star Trek is to watch the Star Trek that we get in the meantime.
Yeah.
If Section 31 does well, they'll do more movies. That if this does well, they might give us a movie to wrap up a story if they haven't. Watch it and rewatch it.
Yes, please, because I was like, I want more, and I needed to see, like, I'm not just saying I love the show. I am watching the show. I watched 4 episodes of today. I'm trying.
And it's not it certainly isn't a quality issue, right? Like we're all watching the same thing. Even like
No,
pick
I
a
think
show, pick an episode, it might
Yeah.
not be your thing, but the quality of the shows that we've been getting in this new era is incredible.
Honestly, my only thing is I think Paramount.
I really think it's a
being,
numbers
done
issue.
with animation.
Yeah,
or at least
and that's
was.
why, like, look at Starfleet Academy. They
Yeah.
are already they already believe in it. They've given it a second season. It's also a numbers game on the budget, because it'll be cheaper to film season 2 ahead of time, or in tandem with season 1. But
Right.
they would not do that if they weren't seeing the quality. Now, if it continues beyond a season 2, is going to depend on the numbers. If they like, if we're going to keep getting Star Trek, we need to watch it when it comes out.
I keep the amount of people. It's so funny to me the amount of people when people ask like, "What new Star Trek is coming out?" and they're like, "Yeah, Paul Giamatti and Holly Hunter are in it." They're like, "What?" Like,
right. And that was my thing, is like, I was kind of excited about the general idea, because I think moving away from a show that's centered on an enterprise, or the formula of a captain in a center seat and a few people around them, like, it is interesting to me. I hope we get even further away from Starfleet with some other projects coming up. But for Starfleet Academy in particular, if it didn't feel like your vibe, I felt like Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti signing on, like, that's a real vote of confidence for me, because those are 2 actors. They're not audition, they're offer only, and they don't get tidbits. They know exactly what their character is going to be. They know what the story is going to be for the full season. Like, if they were to sign on, there's quality here that they're really excited to be part of.
Definitely.
I am so excited for Starfleet Academy, because I've been saying, and Rachel, you know this, and I don't know if you know this, Stan, but I want the OC in space. And I have an inkling. I don't know this. I have nothing to confirm this, but I think it's gonna. I think this is
your closest.
Yeah. Thank you. This is.
I'm not expecting the needle drops. That's not Star Trek's way.
No, of course. But I do think that this is the closest I'm going to get. And if you look at the showrunner for Starfleet Academy, it's the showrunner from Nancy Drew. So that gives me hope that we might get something like that.
Oh, and also they just they also announced that She-Hulk is going to be in it. Tatiana
Maslany.
Yeah.
It's funny. I love She-Hulk.
Is so funny.
It's so funny to me that's where everyone's breaking, because I still like Orphan Black.
Also that,
Yeah,
yes,
Yeah.
it's Orphan Black.
yes.
Yeah.
I just like well also because that is the most powerhouse acting I've ever seen. Where I would regularly like see something and forget that there was one actress playing everything.
Mm,
I remember
super
once
fun.
looking at a group photo of the cast and went, "Where is everyone else?" Oh wait, she is everyone else.
She is everyone else.
Like,
She is everyone else first. It's a one woman show. Woo! No.
I mean, basically was.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I I want to make sure we talk about the second episode because I feel like we talked a bunch about the first episode, but I feel like the second episode was still really good, and I liked how like um Tendi's story like really flowed from one to the next.
Yeah. One thing from the first episode before we move on, just so that Aaron gets his due. It was super fun to see the animated series nod with the blue
Yes.
Orions.
The Orions.
Ugh. We recently covered the animated series on the Salon, and I gotta tell you, it was a slog to get through some of those episodes, but budget and wonkiness of their style aside, there were a lot of really fun stories in the animated series, and so seeing that touched on with Lower Decks was really fun.
There was one line reading they did, and I was like, "Are they supposed to sound like the Packlets?" They are very dumb. I like Tendi's better.
Well, if you're going by the animated series, they're supposed to sound like Scotty because he voiced everybody.
Because he voiced everyone.
Him and Majel did a lot of
Did he?
the.
It's basically
I didn't
know
that.
Fun fact: the actor in Star Trek who has played the most characters is technically speaking James Doohan, because he voiced something like 20 plus characters in that show, maybe even more, and so he beats out Vaughn Armstrong and Jeffrey Combs.
Wow.
Not live action, but characters in general. Yes, Brian is.
There's so many. And sometimes you just listen and you can just hear him, or you can hear Major, and you're just like, that's not distracting.
Yeah, I thought I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, because it really is a product of its time. It had no budget. The execution of some things are really wonky. Like, they talked so slow to fill time and sound spacey, I guess. And like, it's just 22 minutes, but there are a lot of really good stories in there, especially like I love. My favorite moment is Uhura taking command of the Enterprise in the Lorelei signal, because not only does she do that, but then she beams down with an all-woman away team because the men are being fucked with. And she says, "Stun these bitches first, then we'll ask questions," which I have always said, if you have a stun setting, like all of these Star Trek episodes can be 30 minutes less. Stun these bitches and then ask questions.
The L'Oreal, Jesus, I don't know, my brain just, that episode is the one where it was like most obvious to me. I was like, oh, hello, Majel.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. Many times.
Like,
No, not bashing. I enjoyed the
bashing,
animated series.
Enjoying in the way I enjoy a silly Star Trek episode.
Yes. My number one takeaway from the animated series is there were excellent stories in there, and if they had the budget they deserved, it could have been something really special. It is something special, but it could have. I think it could have gone on longer if they gave them the budget they needed for more voice actors. Because it kind of pulled me out of the episode a few times, and I'm like, that's Nurse Chapel.
Yeah. Same.
This high priestess or whatever. Like that's number one. What are you talking about?
And it would be like she'd be doing a good job, but because she's already several other Star Trek characters, it would be like there's only so much she can do with her voice to not sound like Majel Barrett. Like,
yeah.
Then I'm trying to bring my mic closer. People are saying I'm a little quiet.
Do you guys think that Tendi and Rutherford are going to get together as a couple, or do you think it's just like they're really really good friends? Because I'm like, because if I was in the writing room, I'd be like, Mike, just put them together. Because come on.
I'm a romantic at heart. I want it to happen. Like, I won't be like, it won't ruin the series for me if they don't end together. It's not one of those things. But I have fan fiction if it comes to it. It's fine. Like,
Okay. No, I mean,
Yeah.
no, I mean because
I think it's been
because
earned.
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this
Thank
is
you,
a
thank you.
yeah, this is a will they
Mhm.
won't they that has definitely been earned.
Right.
And on the flip side, I will say I absolutely love that there's not even a hint of anything between Boimler and Beckett. It's just
yeah.
straight up platonic friendship,
What's
which
funny,
is something really good to see in media
yeah,
because you don't
is I
very
remember
often.
when I started this series, I kind of just assumed that was going to be a thing. And then, like, 2 episodes in, I was like, oh, no,
Mhm.
never. Like,
I did wonder if was it 3 or 4? It was 4 when they had to pretend to be a couple. And it was so weird for them. I wonder if that was just sort of closing the door on it.
yeah.
But if they explore that this season, it will be interesting. Their reunion was really touching. So
The reunion was
I'm
so
open for it
sweet.
either way.
Although, uh, my actual favorite moment that episode might have been him saying "Okie nope," like "Okie nopey" when Talin was up at the door. She's frightened him.
Yeah, we've got some hot takes in the chat
Yeah.
tonight.
Um.
Some firm no's.
Yeah, I would say I don't agree that couples always ruin things, but I also
Yeah.
watch a lot of romantic media, so that
Yeah,
would,
I'm gonna. I think
yeah.
Parks and Rec would like to have a word.
Yeah,
The Good Place would
I'm
like.
just gonna point out that I have a Jane Austen shrine behind me. So, like, obviously I like romance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look. As a hopeless romantic, I agree.
Yeah. I
Romantic
was
couples do
gonna say I
not ruin
assume this is
media.
about Mariner, but I think Mariner's supposed to be bi or pan.
I think
or
she's
something,
pansexual.
yeah, because she is definitely not too Brad. But she has definitely expressed interest, like sexual interest in men.
Yeah. Trevor's coming in hot
Yeah.
for Rutherford.
Mm-hmm.
Commodore Trev in the chat.
Oh, that's fine. I get it. Like,
I can't tell if I have a crush on Boimler, if I feel like a kindred spirit there, because Boimler is the character that I most identify with in Trek.
Yeah.
And I have this thing about boyfriend twins. It's just so weird to me when I see it out in the wild.
I
love pointing out that narcissism.
Tendi might be it for me. I will say I am recently a new aunt, so very much I related to Tendi in this episode.
Yeah.
When
That's
she was
so
like,
exciting.
I want to cuddle that baby, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, I want to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say my nephew's
Tendi,
name. I want to go cuddle my nephew.
Yeah, Tendi has always been my girl because Tendi has been the bubbly, let's go and get him person throughout the whole show, and I just really identify with her personality as a character, and she's such a joy to watch.
Same, and I love that. I really like the relationship where it's like their family, like her Orion family is being supportive, but they're still Orions. They're still going to be a little piratey, but they're like, go do your thing.
And her sister's name is one of my favorite gags in the entire show. Like her name being Erica is so fucking funny.
And I love it because
Erica.
now that they just decided that was her name, so it's like every time they say it, I'm like,
yes.
I also
because like her name is Devana, like that sounds exotic or alien, and then Erica.
I genuinely really loved them being in like sleepover like mode.
Yeah,
at the beginning of the episode.
Cute.
That was so cute. And I was like, that would be a fun cosplay if you didn't have to paint the rest of her body green.
Yeah. So much cosplay in Lower Decks. If I ever won the lottery, the sign would be the cosplay quality that I would be implementing.
Cosplay / all of a sudden showing up at every con.
Would you be implementing cosplay quality control?
For myself, I don't judge other people's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For yourself.
It would be I could spend money, or I would just be like, how do you make someone green on Broadway 8 times a week? Like, how do you do that?
But seriously, how do you do that?
I mean, I do actually kind of know. But there is a wall in this theater where Wicked is, where it's just a bunch of handprints of women who played Elphaba.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Yeah.
Um,
I really liked Talin's gag. She was like, "I'm just gonna mess with everyone." I think they brought home the wrong Talin.
that was Talin is so great. Such a great addition to the show.
I also love that she completely destroyed the shuttle. She didn't make it a little.
Yeah. Didn't put it back the way she found it. She completely fucked that shit up. It was great. It was great.
She's like, "Oh no, what will we do?"
We gotta build it again. Woo!
I need to meet her at STLV next year. I didn't get the chance this last time.
I'd love to meet her.
I would actually love to meet Mike McMahon because
that would also be fun.
Because during the day that they released the final trailer, as a writer, he actually liked what I had to say about everything that he's done with the show and the writers. And as a writer, it always freaks me the hell out when writers that I admire actually retweet me. It like it made my night. I'm like, oh my god.
I was jealous of everyone at New York Comic Con who got to actually see like the four main people actually together on stage for the first time.
Yeah,
because Noel Wells, who plays Tendi, if I'm not mistaken, has been absent from most of the cons, right?
Well, there's also I tweeted this out and then Mike McMahon liked it, so I think this is true. I think that's the first time Eugene Cordero and Jack Quaid have met each other in person. I assume not right on the panel. I assume but no, I remember them mentioning it, and I said something last year at Star Trek Las Vegas. Eugene Cordero was like, "Yeah, I've never met Jack Quaid in person." They've
sorry,
Jack. Jack
no.
Quaid. Jack Quaid is the most interesting person to me because when I think of him, I don't think of him as Brad Boimler. I think of him as Richie, the asshole who almost killed Sam in Scream 5. So it's like,
I think of him as the one who kills Rue.
Yeah.
He's also, besides the Hunger Games, he doesn't talk in the Hunger Games. So by the way, he's in like a rom-com called Plus One or something like that. It's like and he's so cute in it. And that was like right before Lower Decks came out that I was like, I already have a crush, and now he's like playing a Star Trek character.
Right.
God, the entire cast is so good. It was really interesting hearing them in the first episode playing the two different sides of their characters. And it was interesting to discover that, because everyone was like, why is when the trailer came out, they're like, why is Mariner saying she wants to be charmingly insubordinate again? We're like, oh, it's a different version of her. Okay. Good.
I love the gag that that universe's Captain Freeman is in Starbase 80.
But at first I'm like, is she dead? Like,
yeah.
Because at first he's like, it's good to see you. And I was like, is she dead?
I love the gag in the second episode of, well, this world's part of the Federation now. Let's burn all the money.
Yeah.
Turn the banks into Zen gardens. So fun.
God,
fun.
I love the second, they're like, that Ransom starts getting concerned. Why do you keep using her communicator?
Do you need me to send you your own?
That's so cool. That was so, like, come on.
It's another great in-universe gag because, like,
it was a good gag. Thank you. I'm so happy you said gag.
Yeah, because sometimes, like, how many times in Star Trek has one person tapped the badge and started talking, and then other people talk? Like, how good is that microphone? Like, if I do this, it's very different than if I'm right here. And also, like, every once in a while, I'll be watching an episode that really sticks in my brain. Like, it was either Paradise Lost, the second episode in that 2-episode Deep Space Nine one, where at the end Sisko says 3 to beam up, but he does not tap his comm badge. And I know that happens throughout Trek a lot. And like, who is he talking to? And how did they hear him? They're just listening for the last 10 minutes.
They've just been eavesdropping. They're like, He's gonna forget again. We just need to listen in, or he's gonna get mad.
Yes. Oh, and Trevor, the stock market becoming an animal hospital was his favorite.
Yeah.
I
I
love.
love that it smelled better after it
Yeah,
became
Beckett's
Animal
line. Like, I
Hospital.
think it smelled better,
Yeah.
ironically. Like,
They
yeah,
got rid of all
I
the
believe it.
alien Axe body spray.
Alien.
That's what Finance Bros weird in my head. Probably a nicer version of it, but nicer in that it's more expensive. Not nicer in that it smells better.
All right, friends. With that, I gotta dip out because I gotta walk my Tendi before the
Aw.
salon in an hour. But hope you all can join us, and thanks for having me.
I will.
Bye.
Sarcastic Vulcan salutes
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
around.
right.
I will be in the chat somewhere during the salon.
Yes, please. At Salon Trek
Yeah.
here on YouTube in an hour. Bye.
Check that out in an hour.
Bye.
I will say, Jill, I assume they have replicators now and they can replicate pretty gold things.
Yeah, like what would prevent them from replicating weapons? Like, would they have like some rules or some
I
stipulations into
feel
replicating?
like, God, I can't like cite a specific episode for you, but I feel like there's a thing where it would like it the replicators would be like if you try to like make something dangerous, it's like no, put a code in for
Mhm.
that.
Right, right, right. No, but I I am so fat. I really really hope that the show does well, so Mike and his team can actually finish the thing.
Yeah,
Because there's
I I generally like for the record I've heard that, but nowhere super official that they like didn't know. So I don't know how it ends in any way, shape, or
right.
form.
Mhm.
But I also just want more of it. So even if it does end satisfactorily, I'm like, more please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but it'll be
And I
really
think
interesting. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
comedy lends itself to a longer runtime than drama does in general.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. Because comedy is like comfort food for a lot of
Hmm.
people. Like the the brilliant thing that I like about Lower Decks, and I've said this on other streams before, I love most of Kurtzman Trek, right? I
Hmm.
do. I do. I do. But I can't watch. I just can't throw on an episode of Disco or Picard. I can't do that.
Yeah, there like comedy is more comforting, and there's
Yeah.
more. There's one the episodic nature of it
Uh-huh.
means I could just randomly throw an episode on, and I'm not like, wait, what was happening again?
Yeah.
And it's just a little lighter. Sometimes you need comedy, and you're like, please, nothing terrible.
Yeah.
I
No, I
just
mean,
want silly things being silly.
silly things being silly. I mean, look, as
And then
somebody,
occasionally you throw a silly show on, and then something like something dramatic happens in your silly show, and you're like,
what the hell? Yeah, yeah, what the hell is this, right?
I can throw on some episodes of Picard, but it's a little easier to throw on an
No,
episodic show.
no, I
Is
mean,
my point,
the,
Sohail.
the only episode of Picard that I can watch and actually be relaxed in is, well, season 3. I can be relaxed all the whole time,
Hmm.
but in season 1, it's the episode when they go and find the Rikers when they go and that's the
Yeah.
only episode from
Nip-
season 1 that I can just put on and relax.
okay, Nepenthe. Did I get that? Is that the right episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mente, yeah.
Um. Yeah, and I think a little bit had to do with Paramount, and not this was before the Skydance merger, obviously. So I think they might between what happened with Prodigy and what happening with Lower Decks, they're just like done with animation, which is stupid, but
Right. But you know what? I'm really interested. I'm really interested to see what Skydance is going to do to the Star Trek brand, because before Skydance came on board, to be honest with you, Paramount didn't know. Can I curse on this show? Because I'm done.
uh, yeah,
Okay. Paramount did not know what the fuck to do with Star Trek.
yeah.
They, and it also, listen, I'm talking about the promotional side of it.
Oh
The-
yes,
yeah.
that's
So I'm
a known thing.
yeah, it it has driven me crazy that the way that they're promoting the Kurtzman era of Star Trek. So I hope that Skydance will get some
Yeah,
people that are more suited in the
and
marketing department, for God's sakes.
it's very telling that I know, and I obviously don't know the exact details, that like Lower Decks was allowed to do a little bit more, like have free reign, make your own stuff, and that the Lower Decks merch of I think of all modern Star Trek, Lower Decks has the best merch.
Right. Yeah,
But it is so hard to get like
yeah,
um
yeah.
of a lot of stuff. It should be like no one needs to hear my Murph Plush rant right now, but why don't I have a Murph Plush? That's
No, but also, if you go on the official Star Trek website, it's like too
hmm
expensive.
yes.
You know,
This
I yeah,
okay. This is a thing, and I have a different example now because I usually will use Star Wars. You need things at different price points. What I've enjoyed about the Wicked promotion is it's like there's stuff at high, medium, and low tier. People can
really,
like stuff.
I didn't
People
know that.
like there's stuff that you can get at Walmart and Target, and then there's stuff that like luxury brands that I'm like I can't afford the luxury brands, but I can go get that sweater from Target for $30. That's great.
With Wicked, you know what I'm most excited about? Well, the movie, obviously, but the soundtrack. I want to hear these. I want to hear
Yes.
these people sing.
hmm
I just want to hear them sing.
I they're upstairs, but I have some dolls of them that sing upstairs.
Okay, okay.
But yes, Tenenbaum's like making some of their own merch has like made that Lower Decks has better merch than the other Star Trek shows.
Right.
My
No,
brain would explode at that at a Wicked Lower Decks crossover. Would Tendi automatically play Elphaba?
um, yeah.
She's green. That's my
y-
joke. She's
Okay,
green.
so yeah.
That was the entire joke.
Sorry. Oh yeah, she's green. Oh my god, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, a little slow. Haven't slept much over the past 2 days. Sorry.
Oh, that's fair. I'm trying to think what else happened. I don't. I like wish I had some of the shirts. I don't really have any. Maybe I also Jill. I also turned up on StreamYard. I turned up my mic a little, so that might have helped.
Am I okay, Joel? Do I sound okay? Because I get complaints about my audio
Yeah,
setup here. Sometimes I sound
I
okay.
don't know. Maybe Sam is just much louder than me, but
Yeah.
I
Do I sound okay,
um
Joel?
we are balanced now. Yay!
Okay. Thank you.
Um,
Oh,
but
it's so
yeah, no,
funny.
yeah, it's there is kind of a bittersweet thing about this where I'm like, yay, I'm happy to be watching this season. Why is it last season?
Yeah, I mean, all good things end, right? And just because it ends, it doesn't mean that you can't
Yeah,
like right after the finale go back to the beginning. And that's what I did with
that's true.
Discovery.
That's true.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I do like. I do wish we had gotten to Lynn earlier, more so now because I want more to Lynn. And
Mm.
I'm like, I need to Lynn every episode this season because we haven't had her long enough.
Yeah, I mean, look, her introduction to the show, I thought was, I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer here, but I thought it was okay. So Tallinn is an intriguing addition to the show, but I don't think that I don't think she is as big of a hit with me as she is with everybody else.
She's so good. She's so funny.
Yeah, and
Apparently I just need like a sassy Vulcan.
yeah, no, but also to your point, the thing that makes her funny is her deadpan humor, like Stan said before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love a deadpan humor. I'm not great at that. I guess sometimes I am. I will sometimes sneak something in there, but it's not
I'm
necessarily what
yeah
I'm good
I'm
at.
yeah I'm really good at deadpan humor when I get pissed off. Yeah, well, that's a little tidbit about
um,
me, folks.
I am trying to. I'm trying to see if there's anything we haven't talked about with the 2 episodes yet.
Um,
I don't. It's like the problem is most of it. I was like, that race was really good. It looked really cool.
yeah, no. I mean, to your
Oh, I
point,
did
is
love.
Dan.
I did love that they also all of the other Orions were like, I have other dreams.
I have the dreams.
Yeah, it reminded me of like that song "I Have a Dream" from Tangled, and all the
uh
like hooligans have other things they want to do.
huh. Uh huh. Yeah, no, I mean, I listen. I just thought that this episode was really, really well constructed. It was funny, and it just reminded me how fun the show is.
Mm-hmm.
And it again, I don't mean to make the audience cry. I don't mean to make you cry or you feel sad, Rachel. But
Yeah.
it sucks that the show is ending.
Yeah. It does. I mean, there's only one that I know of because it's in the trailer. I'm hoping there are more cameos from people.
Right. Oh, what did you think of the West? No, I was watching the wrong season, so I don't know about that.
It wouldn't be the first time someone came on here and watching the wrong episode of Lower Decks.
I
Brock's not
was
even
watching the
here,
wrong.
and I'm like, and I'm gonna throw him under the
I
bus.
was watching the wrong
Braxton did that and watched the entire wrong episode, and they came to talk to him about it. So
one.
I will never not throw Braxton under the bus for that because I was the only one here, and I was like, what's happening? Okay, for this, Jill, I'm trying to remember. So at some point, does Rutherford think he's with the wrong T'Lyn? Is that what you're saying? I think I'm a little confused. Now I was just doing the chat to see if, and yes, I also do love Apollo's hand coming, joining.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lower Deck soundtrack is great. I have one of the season's soundtracks on vinyl, but I only one of them because vinyl is expensive.
Yeah, I have not heard the Lord Day soundtrack because I don't think it's on Spotify. I don't think so.
I don't know if it is.
And you know, I've always wanted vinyl, but I don't have space for it.
It's fair. It's a big collection. I got lucky in that my dad, like my record player is one of my dad's from like the 70s or 80s.
Uh-huh.
So I just inherited like a nice record player.
Oh, that's cool. And like, do you have to do?
I was
Do
gonna
you have
say,
to do?
don't you know those record players that look like a suitcase? They are bad for the actual record. Don't buy that.
Do you have to do any maintenance like on record players every now or?
Not necessarily. Like I've had to buy like new cords and stuff like that for it, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, I was thinking that if they ever do a movie, I still want the opening credits. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I wonder if they do a movie, it has to be Mike McMahon writing and directing because as a writer, I get really
Yes, it does have to be Mike McMahon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it.
Okay, I think I missed that she did it again. The remarkable thing. That's hilarious. And now I'm an excuse to rewatch the episodes.
You're so good at
apparently I
looking
should.
at the chat.
Thanks, Joel. I will have to ask my dad about that. But
Yeah, I'm
also
trying
in
to
the
think.
same room. I also have a in the same room as the record player. I have a coffee table from the 50s that my grandparents bought. So
Oh
vintage
my
things.
god!
Yeah.
Of course, it's you, right?
Mm-hmm. Vintage stuff that was actually inherited, so it doesn't cost an arm and a leg.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what. Honestly, I'm gonna talk about for the latest episodes. I like that D'Erica wasn't unreasonable in the request of like what it would cost to like earn back the debt. She was like, no, like she's like, I gave you a ship, you get me a ship, we're even.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, does she just want to hang out with her sister? Like
possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. I mean, when D'Erica was first introduced, she seemed like a really bitter person.
Same. And I was like, oh, I think she maybe just wanted to hang out with Tendi.
Yeah, possibly, right?
Yeah. Or I guess she's also Tendi. It's weird that It's a very Star Trek thing, but they all go by their last names.
Huh. Oh, yeah.
Like Tendi is her last name. Her name is Devana.
Right,
I
right,
mean,
right,
even
right.
so, in that episode with her and Mariner, Mariner doesn't remember that it's Devana, and I also was sitting there like, what is her first name?
Oh no, yeah, oh no, but
Yeah.
there's a whole episode where Mariner and Tendi go to a planet,
Mm-hmm.
and Mariner thinks, Mariner thinks that that Devana's name is Tendi.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't even know her name. Yeah, so yeah.
Yes, a cute knee. I also love that they all went along with it and didn't ask why, and it turned out they all knew she was pregnant.
Yeah,
They're like, why didn't you just be like, she can handle this?
they can't hide it, right? Right. You know, certain people can hide that
Right.
stuff.
It was. Hi. Um, I did love that I was just like, pregnant women can handle some things as long like she seems
No,
pretty early
no,
on in her
no,
pregnancy.
pregnant women can handle a lot.
Yeah. I although I did actually have the thought, this is genuinely since synthahol isn't technically alcohol, I wonder if you could drink it when you're pregnant.
You probably could.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was genuinely curious. Like, I wonder if you can.
does it have any chemicals that could be harmful to your infant or your child? That would be a point of
That's
concern.
yeah. I'm curious. I mean, apparently, some places they drink like red wine, like wine throughout pregnancy. So,
Right. Right.
of course, then like so now they're also like, you can't eat sushi. You can't eat
So
cold
what?
meat.
Okay. So what can we eat? Grass?
Um, I don't know. I've never been pregnant, but every time like around someone, it's like this is there's like some research suggests that pregnant women shouldn't eat like sandwich meat cold, and they should put it in the microwave to like kill off some bacteria.
Okay.
To like heat it up, which kind of beats the purpose of having sandwich meat around.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, exactly. One of the Olympic fencers was 6 months pregnant this year, and I would assume that Orion's being. I would assume their natural evolution would lead them to have carry pregnancy in a way that they could battle during it. Like I would have that a similar assumption of Klingons.
Right. 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 No, I mean, look, I think Orion pregnant woman will give Klingons a run for their money.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right. I'm not a big bologna person. Like I don't hate bologna, so then maybe I would like fried bologna better. Like bologna to me is just like I'll eat it if like that's what I have to eat, but it's not like what I would buy for myself kind of thing.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was a big bologna fan, but I haven't eaten it as an adult.
I usually get salami.
I eat salami every once in a while when I buy it from my house. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I and now well, if you like I'm not okay. I'm not the biggest hot dog person. It's not it generally okay, it's like hot dogs are fine tasting wise, but I can't really eat cheap hot dogs. I end up not feeling great afterwards.
Okay.
So I
I
have to
love
get
hot
like
dog.
all beef or like kosher hot dogs. Otherwise,
I love
I'm
hot
not great
dogs,
after.
but I've been cutting back on a lot of bad food eating habits to the point
Mm-hmm.
where I almost don't eat hot dogs. I don't eat any juices. I don't drink alcohol anymore. I stopped drinking coffee. Uh, yeah, I've tried
That
like
doesn't
this
sound
whole.
fun.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here drinking Dr Pepper.
yeah. No, but it's okay. It's okay. I've been wanting to make this change in my life for a long
Mm-hmm.
time. But to your point, it's not fun because guess what? I miss fucking coffee.
I'm drinking part of this was for the caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I usually it's like I once like maybe every 2 years I'm like I want a hot dog, and then I'll just go and get like beef or kosher hot dogs.
Right.
And then I'll buy hot dogs to make things like pigs in a blanket. But
You know what?
okay, maybe I don't want to eat bologna then because I don't like hot
Wait a
dogs.
minute. Wait a minute. They just said what's in bologna, didn't they?
They
Right?
said Oscar Mayer hot dogs and bologna are the exact same meat.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
No.
I am too a snacker, which is why I have a bunch of sandwich meat in my fridge to just grab.
I love chips. I love popcorn. I'm a big
Hmm.
pretzel guy. I wish I was a better fruit person.
I love fruit. The problem is uh the best deal you get is you buy a lot of fruit and then I don't eat it fast enough and then I have bad fruit that is going bad and then I'm like trying to eat all the fruit.
Yeah, I'm a big banana guy. I'm a big banana guy, but I'm a big banana guy to the point where, like, if they turn or if they get like, I don't know what the word is, ripe or not
Yeah.
ripe, solid, because I like them kind of greenish when I eat them. It's bad.
I literally can't. I like what even more so than hot dogs. I can't eat bananas. I have genuinely have a reaction to them.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right. Oh, that's right. You don't like bananas. You're
I
you're not allergic to them, are you?
I mean I technically I think it's either an allergy or intolerance. Bananas and
Okay.
avocados I cannot digest and will end up in pain for hours. Like hot dogs I
Oh,
just feel a little queasy. This I end up in a significant amount of pain for like 4 to 5 hours. So I
oh
don't
wow,
eat them.
jeez,
That's
jeez.
like
Mm. Yeah, well, since I've been going on this mad journey of changing my diet and changing my lifestyle, basically, I've become more cognizant of the foods that are more sensitive and wreck my body when I eat them.
yeah.
So I've sort of steered away from those foods, but I've eaten them when I've wanted them, like stuff like that. The whole problem, um, the whole problem with with changing the way you eat and your drinking habits is
Hmm.
answering all these questions. You're like, I did it because I want to. That's it. There's nothing wrong, guys.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Um, no, it's just the I have the annoyance thing of the two things that I have like extreme reactions to are things that are like healthy foods, and I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
it's not,
okay.
but like it's bananas and avocados, and they're like, but you need the potassium. I want potatoes have potassium and they don't hurt me.
Right.
I also, what's weird is I can eat bananas that have been cooked. Like I can eat banana bread.
Huh? Oh, okay. Because okay, yeah.
So I think whatever enzyme I can't digest is like probably cooked out. But
Okay.
I possibly could eat cooked avocados, but there's no situation where you cook avocados to eat them.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not like avocados.
Oh,
Not,
that's the problem I do. I developed this as a teenager. I know I taste good. I live in Texas. I can't eat anyone's guacamole. It is depressing.
uh, yeah, my family gives me so much shit because I can't eat guacamole. It's the best thing ever. Like, guys, no, that looks disgusting. I'm not gonna eat it.
I again, there is nothing like being in a small little Mexican restaurant like try our like handmade guacamole. I physically cannot.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm not like I mean, I do eat meat, but like, I'm not like one of the people who are like, I have to have meat with every meal. There are other proteins. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're off the rails. It's fine. That's always happens.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It always happens with our show
Yeah.
or with this show, right?
Um, I, um, I mean, I know I've told this story. If anyone follows me on TikTok, I've told this on there. But I once went to dinner with my uncle and a bunch of his friends, and apparently I confused the hell out of them because I ordered eggplant parmesan. And they're like, I didn't know you're vegetarian. I'm not, but you're ordering a vegetarian dish. Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they're
So,
like,
um,
but why would you order that? Because I like eggplant parmesan. Like
see, see, see,
that's the
see.
like
You
that's the
see,
beginning
you
and end of the
understand me.
thought process of like
You
I
understand
read
me.
the
Look at that.
thing. I call it eggplant parmesan on the menu. And went, I like that. I'm gonna order that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Fathery actually like has Fathery is organized. I'm not. That's the like
Yeah, but I think he knew what he was going to get when he, when he crowned you the host of
yeah.
the reaction
I
show.
I watched these episodes today. I didn't have time to take notes. Like,
To be honest with you guys, I was so busy today doing other stuff. I watched these episodes basically in the background.
I watched these episodes while no one from work really knows about the show. I watched these like while working, and then
Right,
watched them
right, right,
again after work.
right.
What's uh real optional? Look. I don't know. Father gave controlled the show to someone with ADHD. This is what's gonna happen.
Look. If you guys want, again, I don't want to. I mean, seriously, I don't want to host a show on Tex-Trek because I don't want to add stuff more on my plate. But I'm a little bit more organized. But I'm not gonna listen. I'm not
I
gonna throw you under the
can be
bus.
organized, but that's not what the show is.
Yeah, no, of course not. Of course not. Of
Yeah,
course not. And also, you're the host, so you
yeah.
run.
I do, because now I'm seeing this. I do drink a lot of tea, and especially been drinking because it's still fairly hot in Texas. A
I
lot of
yeah
Arnold Palmers.
yeah. What's your favorite tea?
Um, to just drink, I've been drinking a lot of Earl Grey lately.
Earl
Not
Grey.
Arnold
Okay.
Palmers. That's just Southern iced tea.
Okay.
But
Okay. Because as a person new to tea, I've been trying different teas and different
yeah,
combinations.
Arnold Palmers are so good.
Yeah, they're really good.
I would say Earl Grey is not everyone's
Cup of
thing.
tea, right?
Yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Right.
But it is a good, Here's the thing. It was like with something when you see like English morning breakfast tea. That's just black tea. So either
mhm. Right.
but that's also good.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that Soho. I don't think I should put that comment up here.
What? Oh, okay.
If anyone wants to look, a certain former president made really weird remarks about the person Arnold Palmer.
Oh,
Last
you don't
week,
want to do that.
yeah, they were weird as hell. And I was in a group chat where someone was posting them. I was literally drinking an Arnold Palmer.
Oh my god.
Like, I have like a jug of Arnold Palmer in my fridge, so like, I can just,
Uh-huh.
I like, I got obsessed with them this summer. They're really good for like, and I just now realize Arnold Palmers are not. If you're not from the U.S.,
Yeah.
they're iced tea and like American lemonade.
Yeah. Oh. So like they have different flavors, right?
No, typically they're just
No-
lemonade.
Okay. Let me. Okay.
I mean, you probably could try them. I mean, someone was saying, has anyone made uh a Trek food podcast? At one point, Ariane Harvey and I did some dishes from that Neelix cookbook. Genuinely weird cookbook. It's just like a bunch of actors' recipes, and like they're just like, yeah. I'm sorry, it was such a weird experience with the Garden of Plumber. The drink good, comments weird as hell.
Weird as hell.
Don't look them up genuinely.
Weird as hell.
Oh, that's actually smart with the Earl Grey white tea for your Aaron Harvey and I made a bunch of Star Trek recipes on here once, and then but like it was kind of weird having to just show off the food here and like try to
Right.
place them somewhere.
Yeah, but you can actually do PowerPoint presentations in StreamYard now, but you have to pre-record everything.
Yes, Father and I are both going to SpaceCon tomorrow. If I'm hitting that with that,
Oh, awesome!
should
Have
be
fun, guys.
fun. It is. Yay for cons that are drivable distance that I don't have to fly to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was now I just want to stop thinking about the person Arnold Palmer in those comments.
Person, whole farmer just starts thinking about the tea.
To be fair, the not with us anymore person didn't do anything. Right. It was like I was gonna say he was sitting there just existing because he's not existing. He's dead. But
yeah.
That is a good question for Fathery. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I declined to answer because
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about
but
DC.
I'm gonna leave that up there so Father you can see that question and maybe answer it in the chat.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't. It's Jill. I don't think because we. I assumed. Yeah. Yeah. Joel said we already recorded. I was like, I assumed Father wasn't recording a live show the same day we were driving to another city for a con.
Yeah. But you know what? I really like this space background moving thing. I'm gonna try
It's
this.
really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm gonna try this, but with a different element, like not the like swirling backgrounds or some stuff like that. Yeah.
Joel, Joel. Boo! You having to work. I know why. Want everyone to just be able to not do that. I mean, I go to work, but is it? It might be. I don't know. What? I'm trying to think if there. I don't know. You're in this. You're in this comment. So can you
What?
yet to be confirmed lower deck stream?
Oh yes. Tomorrow. Yeah. 11 o'clock. Yeah, I'll be there, Cap.
Nice. I was like, I can put Marcelo on the spot and make him
Yeah.
confirm that.
Yeah. I'll be there, Cap. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I won't let you down.
I'm trying to think if there's any. Is there anything from the episodes now that we've been talking about food and our beverage preferences? I normally would. I will be at SpaceCon or driving there. I think at that time on Friday. It's also weird that I'm taking the day off to do this. And I'm like, I don't have to work tomorrow. Yeah, you use PTO. That's how it works.
Okay, right. Do you get a certain number of days like of PTO or like does
yes,
it?
I got a certain number of days.
Okay.
My sick leave and PTO are tied into like one big jump like days, and I take from that.
Oh, okay.
Which is common for corporate America.
Right.
Although there's like been studies that people who have unlimited PTO end up using less of it because there's not like they're not sure how much they should take, and also that people they tend to call you just on your days off because you're not like.
You know what?
Yeah.
One of my family members gets that all the time. They tell her she's not going to work, and then the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning, they call her going, "Oh, this person called out. Can you come in?" Like she's like,
yeah,
fuck, I gotta, yeah.
One of my brothers at an old job, he had unlimited PTO, but every time he like took PTO, like he was on vacation, he would still end up answering. It was like a remote job, so like he would end up like, "Oh, can you do this real quick? Can you chime on this meeting? Can you?" Which is not really PTO.
You know, then what would you call it? Like abuse of your workforce?
Yes, like yeah. I would say my job's not like that. My job is very much when I'm here. We'll pop that for Fathery. My job is like I'm not gonna get a call tomorrow when I'm at a convention. They actually, for security reasons, won't let anything on my phone, so I'm not going to take my work computer to the convention, so they're not going to be able to contact me, which is kind of great. But yeah, it looks like Superman adjacent content will be the Supermatics, which will be really fun. I am looking forward to that because I also really like Superman, but it's like Superman's a character I like a lot and don't know a ton about. So
yeah, Superman is my favorite superhero of all time. Yeah. I'm very excited.
I do know a lot about Superman, just not the like nitty gritty of
like, right.
He's been around
no, but
so
listen,
long.
I'm very excited to see what James Gunn does with Superman.
Yeah. Do you have any last thoughts about the episodes?
Not really, because I'm not really.
They're just really good. Sometimes it's harder to talk about stuff that's really good because I don't have like critiques.
That
was really good. I want to watch it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. Yeah, run it again.
Yeah, I might do that. I might watch them again as I'm getting my stuff, packing up stuff to take to SpaceCon tomorrow. Yes,
Right.
I also can't wait for that podcast. Everyone, make sure to catch the more organized Tex-Trek stream tomorrow. They can actually promise that it's more organized because they've already uh been recorded. And yes, actually I do. Like we see to Lynn is becoming a good friend because she was like, I'm worried about Rutherford. I'm gonna insert myself to make sure he's getting friend time. Which is sweet. But yeah, and I'm really looking forward to talking about the rest of this final season with y'all. I believe our last Star Trek for the year will be this until we get Section 39 is coming at the beginning of next year.
Yeah, look, I'm really excited to be here every Thursday with you. So
Yeah.
so
Poor
yeah,
Rutherford. Poor Rutherford and his little creepy hug hand.
yeah, yeah.
It is, Rutherford was a great name for him though.
Rutherford.
I
Oh, I forgot that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I will see y'all next week. Bye.